Welcome in, guys. Post-game, Scotland taking on England from Hampden Park, the 150th anniversary between these two nations, and it's a friendly match up there in Scotland. Glasgow, Hampden Park, a place I've been. Go down below in the video library, just check down below. I'm going to link it for you guys. But my first ever international game was England-Scotland. It was at Hampden Park, and David McGregor, a Glaswegian, took me to Glasgow from Stoke-on-Trent, where I was living at the time, all the way to Glasgow. It was one of the most amazing trips of my lifetime. I've never forgotten it, and that was wait for it, sounds like 18 something, but it's 1978 when I was a wee little lad, and I went up to Scotland. Hence, I'm wearing Scotland's shirt. Look at this. I'm wearing a Scotland shirt as a big sign of respect to all the people I know and love up in Scotland. Now, the game itself, I've got to tell you, I didn't think that this was going to be a tight affair. I thought that there would be one team going to take the game, and I thought England definitely would turn up and show what they had, because they have more on the offense, let's be honest. Scotland, brave Scotland, really industrial, really fighting all the way through, and the defensive game was pretty decent, but you got to say, two goalmouth scrambles in the first half. The 32nd minute, Phil Foden gets on the end of a goalmouth scramble and puts it in. That's the first goal. Shouldn't have happened. Johnny Robertson maybe want to get that one back. Second goal, 35 minutes in. It's pretty much a repeat performance. A goalmouth scramble, and Bellingham slides it in, and it's 2-0 after 35. And I say this much, although England had the play, I think that this really was an even game, and the two goals really was a bit of an imbalance in the first half. However, he who scores wins, and he who dares wins. And England dared to score, dared to get the goal, dared to keep the pressure on Scotland for the first half, and really concretely set up the game for a win. It's half-time, it's 2-0 to England. It's a 50-50 game, but again, like I say, the offense was in favour of England. Scotland were literally under pressure. Beautiful noises in the crowd from both the English and the Scottish fans, and the Scottish fans were G on the Scottish national team. But again, 2-0 down at half-time, and you kind of thought, what was going to happen? Now, a couple of changes were made. I'm going to focus on one. Gahey for England was taken out for Harry Maguire, and also another thing, during the England first half, Bellingham normally plays central for Real Madrid. Central. He's got 4 goals in the last 3 games by playing central. The beginning of this game, it seemed that Bellingham was pushed out left and was going to be hanging out left and pretty much supplying the tickle pass or the ball over the top or the through ball or the clever bit of play to make it happen and open up the Scottish defence. Otherwise, people like Rashford had a pretty well of an off night. Didn't seem to be too interested. Didn't seem to put the effort in. And a couple of other England players were like that too. But you could not fault the Scottish team for absolute application during the game. They were in it, and it was pride. It was all about Scottish pride on this day. You go 2-0 down, half-time, what can you do? Well, Scotland would come back in the second half and really would put England under pressure. Hold that thought. So Scotland are keeping England under pressure, and who cracks under pressure? None other than Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire comes in, takes the place of Gahey from Crystal Palace, and Maguire does what he does best. On 67, scores an own goal. If you look back in history, I think Harry Maguire has scored 16 own goals in the last 5 years. And he's a defender. That is absolutely horrendous. Why would Southgate put him in the England team? Why? Because maybe he's trying to save Maguire's career. And when you keep scoring own goals and you keep playing flatter than a pancake, why would anybody put you in there? Southgate, I point the finger at you for the goal against England. You're the result. You're the reason, because you keep dragging Harry Maguire into the starting 11 where he does not belong. Anybody out there think that Harry Maguire is a world-class striker, world-class midfielder, world-class anything? Let me know, because I think that he's second division, championship, and I think that people have really rated him way too high over time. But hey, 67 minutes, Harry Maguire scores another own goal. Yeah, well done, Southgate. Keep him in the team. Yeah, everything's fantastic. England's got a clean sheet, and then you put Maguire in. It would never have happened unless you put Maguire in. And then to round it off, 2-1, Scotland chasing it, not out of it, could have got something. But on 81, Harry Kane says, no, nothing happening. It's 3-1, banging it goes. And you have to say, great work from Bellingham. Man of the match, Jude Bellingham. Isn't that funny how he seems to be getting man of the match everywhere he goes? Jude Bellingham, the next world superstar. And how the big clubs in England let him slip through their fingers and go all around the world and end up at Real Madrid. Hala Madrid. Madrid is very happy about that fact. But on the day, it finishes 3-1 to England. I got to say, Southgate, you got a few decisions wrong. Stevie Clarke in Scotland, you got to say, brave performance. It was just the quality up front. Scotland, let's take a look at some of the stats as we're moving through. Looking at the stats so far as we go out of this one, and like I say, it was a decent game. It was a very good game. And Scotland were in it. They weren't outclassed. But on the stats, go for Scotland first. 7 shots, none on target. 39% possession. That's not bad, actually. 39% possession is not bad. 396 passes, 83% pass accuracy. When you consider you're playing England, that's a decent number. That is a decent number. 2 yellow cards, no reds, 3 offsides, and 1 corner. England, on the other hand, 11 shots, 5 on target, 61% possession. You would expect it to be sort of close to that. Passes, 610. Pass accuracy, 89%. Fouls, 12. Yellow cards, 2. Offsides, 2. Corners, 5. So the 150th friendly game, or 150-year anniversary game, I should say, goes down 3-1 to England. The first game that I saw between England and Scotland was at Hampden Park, the original Hampden Park. And I was in a crowd of 124,000. You can't get that anymore. You can go to Hampden Park twice and you won't get that. I went to the real Hampden Park back in the 70s. There's a video down below. Check it. I'll link it for you. It tells the story of when I was a wee lad going to Scotland with David McGregor, a great Scotsman from Glasgow. And it was absolutely the best trip of my life. It was the best football trip ever. The atmosphere was amazing, just like it was today. The game was amazing, just like it was today. But I was watching it through the eyes of a 12-year-old boy in 1978 at Hampden Park. And I couldn't hear an England fan anywhere. Today you could. But it was a great game back then in 78. Check out the video. It tells a story. But today, Scotland losing 3-1 at home. That's not a travesty. It was a great game. And it was another run out for Scotland and England as they both progressed through the season. But I'm telling you now, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that game today. The only thing I can draw out again whereby Scotland fans are laughing their arses right off is because of one Harry Maguire scoring another own goal. Southgate, you need replacing. Maguire, he needs to go. And England need a different direction because they've got so much entertainment on the field, so much skill sets. I don't think their coach has got a chance of getting England to go higher. But you look what Steve Clarke's done with the Scottish national team recently. He's pushing them higher. And I'm quite surprised, to be honest with you, at the end of this day, that it finished 3-1 to England. But there you go. Great game. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my spiel on it. And hey, down below, tell me what you're thinking. And watch that video from when I was just a wee lad going to Scotland, England match, 1978, with David McGregor. A fantastic, great Scotsman. Anyway, see you in the next show. We're talking probably Wrexham. We're probably talking the EPL. And we're probably talking CPL, and that's the Canadian Premier League. Okay, guys, have a great night. England won. Good game. Let's see what they do the next game, because the game before wasn't that good now, was it? Scotland seems to be having some flow, having some form. Keep it going, guys, and get into that next big competition. And I want to see Scotland in the World Cup. That's what I would love to see. Thanks, guys. Cheers.